Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, let's try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm just going to turn this off. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
These worked great last time. Sorry. Let's see if we can make some adjustments here.
Now talk into it. How's the sound? Mr. Engel?
Testing.
That works.
Here we go.
All right, that is much better. Thank you, gentlemen.
Welcome, everyone. Call to order. This meeting is called to order at 7:04 p.m. by me, Kerry Engel, Board President. Let the record show that all members are present tonight. Mr. Stroud, Mr. Bowen, Ms. Gunter, and Mr. Lasley. That's you. I'm sorry. It is recommended that the agenda for the August 10, 2023 regular meeting be approved as presented with additions, corrections, or deletions as recommended by the board.
Mr. President, I do have some late items and one change. These should all be in your packets if you came in, but our late items, I will read to you. William Jeriquay High School Instrumental Music Assistant and Guard Director for the 23-24 school year. Liliana Velasco High School Guard Assistant for the 23-24 school year. Cody Johnson, Middle School Boys Tennis Coach effective August 10, 2023. Tony Radcliffe, Middle School Boys Tennis Volunteer Assistant for the 23 season. Amanda King, 7th grade Volleyball Volunteer Assistant for the 23 season. Nathan Jones, Varsity Boys Basketball Volunteer Assistant for the 23-24 season. Brittany Wetzel, Morgan Elementary Part-Time Instructional Assistant effective August 10, 2023. Those are the late items, and then we do have one correction under resignation and retirements. Item number 7, we are going to pull this item. The date is going to be adjusted based on some other factors. So Yolanda is still going to be with us working in her capacity. So we're going to remove item number 7 under resignations and retirements and personnel. Yolanda Sanchez, North Harrison Elementary Instructional Assistant, effective August 11, 2023. We are going to remove that item.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion before we approve the agenda under section 8.10.9 to pull out number 14 and vote on that separately.
Motion's been made under, to remove item number 14 under section 8-10-9 to its own item. Motion's made by Ms. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention?
Abstain. This is just a separator, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we're volunteers. No, we're separating.
To vote for it separately.
Yeah.
Motion carries 5-0. We'll vote on that right after
Yes, that is fine. I'm making a note of that right now.
Okay, on the adoption of the agenda, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda with the changes and most recent motion that was approved?
I'll make that motion.
Motion's made by Ms. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. It is recommended that the minutes from the July 13, 2023 executive session and regular meeting and the July 27, 2023 special meeting be approved as presented. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Stroud. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Lasley. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Participation at a school board meeting. If anybody would like to get up and make comments, please step forward to the podium, give your name, and you have 3 minutes to make comments. Okay. Move
All
forward.
right, business office recommendations, approval of claims. It is recommended that claim numbers 39,702 to 39,843 be approved as presented.
Do I have a motion for approval of the claims?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Ms. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Have any questions or comments regarding any of the claims?
Yes. On voucher number 39783, can you explain what these are being used for?
Yes, these are 3D printers. These are being used by our middle school computer science instructor, Mr. Jones, and also in our high school geometry classes with Mr. Luke. It goes along with our STEM initiative.
Thank you very much
You are welcome.
for explaining that.
Ms. Gunter, do you have any more?
I do not, thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions or comments?
I do.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bowman.
Voucher number 39720, $21,100 for our soccer field.
What's the number? Say it.
39720, $21,100.
Bermuda grass.
That's my guess. I'm gonna wait here and just, our software, we have a new updated software system, so it spits out the documents a little differently. Bear with us here. Yes, this would be the soccer field renovation, which would be the changeover from the regular grass surface to the Bermuda grass surface. All part of that process. Conversion to Tahoma Bermuda grass, killing materials, and Ron Starr, pretty emergent. Some of these terms I don't know because I'm not into this business. Applying 10 bags of starter fertilizer, treat on turf surrounding the field area, irrigation, et cetera, all part of the transfer to Bermuda.
Did we receive multiple bids on this?
This is the gentleman that, if you remember, months ago we talked about with Mr. Rosio that has done a lot of work for us. And this Mr. Pearson was in touch with him and felt very comfortable with the working relationship and the prices. He cut us a couple of discounts on certain things, including a mower. We did not get 3 bids. We went with Mr. Rosio, who we had worked with previously on our sports services.
Voucher number 39767, $6,656 to Wilson Center dues. What did we receive from the Wilson Center?
The Wilson Center is our regional professional development center.
It's up in Charleston, right?
Yes, sir. Grace Avenue in Charlestown. That's teachers. They provide professional development for our teachers, their different services. Many of, we belong to them along with probably 30 other school corporations. It's just part of our annual dues.
So do we receive professional development for the students or?
Yes, for example, you may have a principal that would go down there and be certified in RISE training. They may have like a 4-day evaluation program. I know Ms. Zabel went there not too long ago for a couple of workshops from an administrative standpoint, and they also provide workshops for our teachers as well on different things.
Voucher number 3975, $12,000 repair to high school door. That's an expensive door.
What was the number again, Mr.
39785. It listed as a high school door repair.
Oh, that was, I know what you're talking about, what Dr. Haddon's getting at. That is actually, just make sure. Yeah. If you remember last meeting, we talked about some high school doors that were in need of repair from a security standpoint. That is actually part of that payment to be able to get materials and supplies to be able to move forward with that project.
So it's going to be additional.
Yes, they're going to replace the concrete and glass and the
And which doors are we talking about? I forget.
It would be the east entrance, would be your main gym entrance.
And we're also doing a few things to the front where our paint goes in and out. Or there, all we need to test to it. And so that's just.
It's a security issue that we need to make sure we take care of.
All right.
Did you say the doors weren't locking completely?
That's
Well, they will.
They will, but-
They won't shut all the way, and I don't know.
We don't want to go into any more detail than that, besides that we want to make sure we get it fixed.
Sorry.
You're fine.
all right. I got one more.
Go ahead.
39813. I'm gonna beat this dead horse. Rumpke. When are we gonna see this reduction in the amount? We're still paying over $3,000.
Right,
And
so.
7 months ago, it was almost half.
I asked the same thing, so our reduction, I guess, because we are so many, I don't know how, but anyway, I'm sure our next bill, we're gonna get our reduction. Should
Give
be
us your phone number if we don't.
I got you. I said the same thing, I was like, what do you mean? Yes.
Hopefully that horse will be dead and we won't have that next meeting.
Yeah, well, I used to have Rumpke
It's
too.
coming.
Anything else? Anybody else have anything? Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Approval of payrolls. It is recommended that regular payrolls for the August 18, 2023, September 1st, 2023, and September 15, 2023 be approved for payment. Do I have a motion for the approval of the payrolls?
I like budget.
Motion's made by Mr. Lasley. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. It is recommended that the bank reconciliation from July 31st, 2023 be approved as presented. Do I have a motion for the reconciliation?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mrs. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Do I have any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Presentations.
We do not have any presentations tonight, President Ingram, so we'll move to personnel resignation retirements. Again, remember with this group, item 7 has been pulled. So we have Beth Schneider, 7th grade volleyball coach, effective July 13, 2023. Charles Adams, North Harrison Elementary special education teacher, effective July 26, 2023. Tracy Brown, Morgan Elementary cafeteria, effective July 31st, 2023. Olivia Smith, North Harrison Elementary instructional assistant, computer science, effective July 31st, 2023. Kayla Sampson, middle school essential skills instructional assistant, effective July 31st, 2023. Derek Carter, high school construction trades teacher, effective July 21st, 2023.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Stroud. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mrs. Gunter. Do we have any comments or questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Appointments, we will have item 14 voted on separately, so I will skip that as part of this motion. Megan Nolot, high school part-time instructional assistant, effective August 2nd, 2023. Brianna Wenzel, North Harrison Elementary special education teacher, effective, there's a missing date, but I'm going to go with August 2nd, 2023. Apologize for that. Emma Schneider, 6th grade volunteer volleyball assistant for the 2023 season. Anna Thompson, 5th grade girls volleyball for the 2023 season. Beth Schneider, 6th grade volleyball coach, effective August 10th, 2023. Catherine Rose, 7th grade volleyball coach, effective August 10th, 2023. Jaden Wingler, 8th grade volleyball coach for the 23 season. Devin Carter, 7th grade football co-coach for the 23 season. Aaron Neville, 7th grade football co-coach for the 23 season. Nathan Wayman, boys soccer volunteer assistant for the 23 season. Jason Kaiser, boys basketball volunteer assistant for the 23-24 season. Kenny Hunt, boys basketball varsity assistant for the 23-24 season. Dakota Brooks, boys basketball JV coach, effective August 10th, 2023. Jeremy Murphy, high school construction trades teacher, effective August 1st, 2023. Sarah Yost, boys tennis volunteer assistant for the 2023 season. Monica Hensley, North Harrison Elementary school instructional assistant, effective August 14th, 2023. Alicia Cash, middle school essential skills instructional assistant, effective August 3rd, 2023.
Do I have a motion to approve these appointments?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Lasley. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Are there any questions or comments?
Yes. Other than the volunteer assistants, are the coaches' positions all paid positions?
Everything that is not listed as volunteer should be a paid position,
Okay. So Mr. Carter and Mr. Neville will be splitting that pay?
yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm done.
Appointment 8-10-9, number 15. How many students do we have currently enrolled and participating in the construction trades program?
We have 9, if memory serves me from my presentation in July, I think you said 92 were in that program. Off the top of my head, Mr. Bowen, I don't know.
You have 92 participating in the classes?
Oh, that was actually a
I thought
combination
that
of
was a
agriculture and
combination.
construction.
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head without pulling up Harmony. I'm going to guess, I looked at that the other day. I don't even really want to guess, because I'm afraid I'm going to give you a wrong number. I'm going to say 30 to 40.
It appears to me, again, I'm 25 to 30, 25 to 35 is what
I can get you an exact number when I pull up what's currently enrolled in Harmony High School. But just a rough estimate,
I just want to
25 to
know
40.
what we're paying for, you know, as far as student loan and everything when we talk about an employee with benefits. That's an expense, a big expense. I just want to make sure that it's being utilized.
Yes, and as we've talked before with the CTE programs, a lot of those dollars from students that take those classes, they roll directly right back into our education fund and help pay for the teacher in those programs. I think last year we got a little over $600,000 from our current group of students that were enrolled in CTE programs.
And that's also money we could be paying Prosser, ship kids down there. I think this is significant value.
It should benefit us.
So these are already kids that they would be going to process for this class, if
Well,
they,
you don't necessarily know for sure, but they're more than likely.
okay.
For trains.
So we're paying them 4/7, so basically 4 classes.
Yes, that's correct.
So if we got 30, 40 kids, it might be 8 or 10 per class. Spread out evenly.
It could be, like I said, I'd have to look at the exact class periods. I know like you could have an advanced class like in construction trades too that may only have like 2 students in it that might be combined with another class in the elementary level.
I would have asked earlier, but the question just came to my mind.
That's perfectly fine. And
Especially when I heard that he was certified and receiving benefits and everything, a certified teacher. Because I've had some concerns brought to me about this project. So.
Sure. And I'll get you that exact number tomorrow for sure.
Any more questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'll abstain.
Abstention? Motion carries. 4-0, 1 abstention.
Okay, so we are ready now for appointments. This was the item that was removed to vote separately. This will be item 14, Greg Walters, boys basketball volunteer assistant for the 2023-24 season.
Do I have a motion for the appointment?
I'll make a motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Lasley. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Bowman. Any questions or comments?
I don't personally know Mr. Walters. I've talked to him a couple times. I just think if Ross wants him, I think we should support Ross and put him on his staff. I mean, I don't want to, if it's what Ross wants, then I'm going to support it.
I second your thoughts on that, because when we had Ross in here, when he was appointed varsity coach, I told him I'd give him all my support and everything that he needs to be successful. If he wants this person on his team, then I'll support it.
All those, any more questions? I'm sorry. I apologize. Any more comments? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
Motion fails, 2 for and 3 against.
Can we do a roll call vote?
Sure.
I didn't hear you say anything, Gary. I didn't hear you vote.
Okay, my vote was no.
My vote's no.
My vote is no.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, other items. These are all first readings of Neola policy updates. It is recommended that the board acknowledge the first reading of Neola Update Volume 34, Number 2, as required by statute, legislative updates, and federal law. And the policies were listed there and also in your board packet. So this is the first reading for Volume 34, Number 2. It's also recommended that the board acknowledge the first reading of Neola Updates Volume 35, Number 1, as required by statute, legislative updates, and federal law. Again, that would be volume 35, number 1. In the third volume, it is recommended that the board acknowledge the first reading of Neola updates, volume 35, number 2, as required by statute, legislative updates, and federal law.
Can I make a comment about these?
Yes, ma'am.
So, for those of you that don't know, there was a lot of educational legislation that was passed this year. Neola helps us with our policies, and just like one of the papers they've given us out of 60 that I've read so far, just so you know, that this updated includes proposed revisions to 32 policies, 2 new proposed policies, 8 policies with technical corrections, proposed revisions to 3 administrative guidelines and 1 rescinded administrative guideline, and 2 new proposed forms and 1 legal alert. So obviously, there are a lot of things that we have to read through, and they say revisions are recommended, and this update are deemed necessary to comply with the changes in the law, both state and federal. So just for informational purposes, so people know what we're doing with the policies.
And that's a good explanation, and sometimes it may be that they change 2 words in a 500-word policy, but you still have to update it.
So we're gonna, make a motion for those 3 for the.
Yeah, I probably should have just read one at a time. Let's just vote on them separately.
Okay.
They're listed there in volumes, Mr. Engel, if you could.
So I need a motion, to approve the first reading of Neola update volume number 34, number 2.
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Ms. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Lasley. Is there any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I need a motion for the approval of the first reading of the Neola update, volume 35, number 1.
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Stroud. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Gunter. Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Sorry. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We will need a motion for the approval of the first reading of Neola update, volume 35, number 2. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mrs. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Lasley. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
It is recommended that the board approve permission to advertise bus 39 as surplus.
Do I have a motion for this agenda item?
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Bowen? Go ahead. The motion is made by Mr. Bowen. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Stroud. Are there any questions or comments?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
How you gonna advertise? I know how. We use a little Facebook and get it out there. Thank you, sir. We got a new, one of our new special needs buses came in, so we're doing some switching around. We put our oldest one was the preschool, so our new special ed bus is one there. And Tanya's getting a preschool bus, which is a little upgraded model of the one she had. We don't have a need to have an extra spare. We'll put Tanya's in the compound as a spare, but right now, the special needs buses are going pretty high. They're tough to find, so we're hopeful that we can get a pretty good dollar amount.
So it has a wheelchair lift?
Yes,
That's awesome.
it's nice, it's nice.
Awesome. Any more questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Consideration of construction, renovations, and improvements in North Harrison Community School Corporation. These are resolutions that, as part of the legal process, have to be adopted by school boards in order to sell bonds. Anytime you're over $1 million, you have to do this. This is not committing us to any spending. It's just allowing us the opportunity to spend if we have the resolutions. Without the resolutions, you cannot meet your deadline of being able to sell bonds. So I will read a little short resolution for each one here. The first one it is recommended that the board adopt the reimbursement resolution. The reimbursement resolution, if the school corporation pays any preliminary costs related to the project prior to receiving bond proceeds, it may reserve its ability to be reimbursed from bond proceeds after the closing. In order to do so, the Internal Revenue Service requires that the school corporation declare its official intent to reimburse. The adoption of this resolution will reserve the school corporation's ability to reimburse itself.
Do I have a motion for the adoption of the reimbursement resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mrs. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Do we have any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Number 2, it is recommended that the board adopt a resolution determining needs for projects. This resolution, as required by the school leasing statute, Indiana Code 20-47-3, the board must determine that there is a need for the project.
Do I have a motion to adopt the resolution determining needs for projects?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Stroud. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mrs. Gunter. Do I have any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
It is recommended that the board adopt a resolution approving preliminary plans, form of lease, and authorizing publication of notice of lease hearing. The school corporation is funding this project through a lease financing, as it has done with other past construction renovation projects. Lease financings are used by school corporations across Indiana in order to borrow for renovation and construction. This type of financing does not count against the school corporation's constitutional debt allowance. The building corporation will purchase a portion of the North Harrison High School building at the closing for at least the appraisal value. The building corporation will then lease that portion of the building back to the school corporation. The lease rental due from the school corporation will be paid from property taxes. The lease rental, as shown as a maximum amount in the lease, will be sufficient to pay the principal and interest due to the bondholders.
Do I have a motion to adopt a resolution approving preliminary plans, form of lease, and authorizing publication of notice of lease hearing?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mrs. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Lasley. Are there any questions or comments?
Yeah, please explain approving preliminary plans.
Again, these are just part of the legal process to be able to, I would probably have to speak to bond counsel to get an exact definition of that, Josh. These are just resolutions in order to be able to do that.
Well, I would think that you would have to have some plans in mind before you could even
Yes,
ask for anything or suggest anything, correct?
for sure.
Any more questions? Comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
One abstention. Motion carries 4-4, 0 against, and 1 abstain.
It is recommended that the board adopt the CD resolution for the purpose of investment per Indiana Code 5139-5. What this does is allows the school corporation to invest funds in a certificate of deposit with board's approval in order to gain interest on monies of the corporation.
Do I have a motion to adopt the CD resolution for the purpose of investment per Indiana Code 5-13-9-5?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Stroud. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Bowen?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir. Do I have any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
It is recommended that the board approve an increase in Morgan Elementary Principal Tammy Zabel's salary to $86,000 beginning with the 2023-24 school year.
Do I have a motion for this agenda item?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's made by Mrs. Gunter. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Lasley. You have any questions or comments?
I can't think of anyone more deserving.
I'll third it.
Amen that. Shout it from the rooftop. Any more? Mr. Lasley, you want to say something?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Congratulations. You can take me out for supper.
We have
Where are we going with this thing? White
All right, my favorite.
It'll sound good about right now.
favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
We do not have any discussion items that I'm aware of. Informational items, the 2024 budget hearing will be on September 14th, 2023, preceding the regular meeting. The October school board meeting will take place on October 19th, 2023, due to us being on fall break the second Thursday. So just wanted to get those two items out there. Late items, appointments. William Jeriquay, High School Instrumental Music Assistant and Guard Director for the 23-24 school year. Liliana Velasco, High School Guard Assistant for the 23-24 school year. Cody Johnson, Middle School Boys Tennis Coach, effective August 10th, 2023. Tawny Radlett, Middle School Boys Tennis Volunteer Assistant for the 2023 season. Amanda King, 7th grade Volleyball Volunteer Assistant for the 2023 season. Lincoln Jones, Varsity Boys Basketball Volunteer Assistant for the 23-24 season. Brittany Wetzel, Oregon Elementary Part-Time Instructional Assistant, effective August 10th, 2023.
Do I have a motion for these late item appointments?
I'll make a motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Lasley. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Mrs. Gunter. Do we have any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Board member communication. Can I go first tonight?
No.
Thank you. So,
Can we vote on that?
we'll start with Mr. Bowen down that end of the table.
No, you're fine.
Well, thank you. So anyways, I went up there and looked at the soccer facility. The concrete has been re-poured. It looks really good. Very happy about that. It's shiny and it goes the right way, and Mr. Berger seemed happy about it when I was up there. Mr. Berger, I'm gonna make a pledge to you. We're gonna put air conditioning in that building. I'm gonna do it somehow or other. I got a couple buckets. If I have to go stand in the intersection and get a Frosty from Dairy Dip, that's what I'm gonna do. Playground. I was not there for the ceremony last Friday. Sorry, work call. Very excited. I'm very sad that I missed that. I heard it was a great time. Long overdue. And that's one dead horse that Eric doesn't have to beat anymore. So that's marked off our list and everyone else's list. Very excited. That's it. That's all. I thank everybody for coming out tonight.
Eric, why don't you go? We'll just put everything.
I haven't got a whole lot. The playground celebration was pretty cool though. I did like that. Now I gotta ask my Gaga kids.
I've got it on a post-it note in my office,
They'll
Mr.
be
Stroud.
taken care of. But, no, and first week of school, haven't heard anything but good news, so that's a good thing. And that's about all I have. Thanks for coming out.
Okay. So I just wanted to say that we had a couple of North Harrison FFA members that went to Washington DC for a leadership conference this summer. They went, let's see, what was the dates here? June 26th to July 1st. Abby Bush, Skyland Churchill, Hunter Ely, Sophie Holloway, and Hannah Oots all went to evaluate personal skills and interests, develop leadership talent, and create service plans that will make a difference in their communities. And we had several local community businesses that sponsored them, so thank you for that. Give a shout out. The 29th annual North Harrison Marching Band Car Show is coming up August 19th from 9 to 4. They'll have music, door prizes, silent auction, and concessions. $25 to register your car. It's a big show, so everybody come out. First week of school, I'm glad to hear that there were no real incidences. All of our buses were running on time and our children were home before 10. Thank goodness. Thank you, Dr. Hatton, for all that you do with that. So I just wish everyone well for their school year. Thank you.
I've got a question on the construction and renovation. When will the public be able to come to that meeting?
I just added that to my superintendent comments, Mr. Lassie.
Well, I was just thinking, because, that's some big decisions to be made, and
It will be,
I know I'm still on the fence on parts of it. So I would love to hear as many people come and let us know what they think so we can make the best decision possible.
That will actually be at the next board meeting also.
Okay.
We'll do a budget hearing, we'll also have that project hearing, will be at the September meeting. So yes, like Mr. Lasley had mentioned, I did leave that out of my informational items, but please, we encourage the public input on that project hearing, and that will be at the September meeting. Thank you.
No problem. And thanks everybody for coming out tonight.
I'm going to say for Eric, he wants food that night.
Pizza.
Yeah, I got just three things here. North Harrison Elementary Essential Skills teacher Charles Adams will be missed by many special students and families. I do hope that we did an exit interview because his resignation letter was positive and but left some questions that need answered. So I hope you all agree with that. Energy Playground Celebration was a huge hit. Thank you, Eric Stroud, Katie Robertson, Harrison County Community Foundation, Ramsey Fire Department, the high school band was rocking it. And those kids were chanting, cut it, cut it, cut it. And they wanted that ribbon cut it. Cut it, there you go. Obviously, I didn't go to North Harrison. But anyway, it was a great time. It was real exciting. Thank you for anybody that I might have missed that helped set everything up. And the popsicles were devoured quickly. Excellent start to the school year. It's my first school start as a board member, so it's kind of special, so it's pretty new. I'm proud of everyone's work to make it successful.
Again, I hate to poor Jefferson County, but I just want to, pay a little tribute and say thanks to our bus drivers. They've done a great job. I mean, it's a challenging job. They get new kids every year. You get on those buses, they've got like 11 kindergartners sitting in the front who've never been away from their mom or dad. And not only are they responsible for driving them down the road, but they've got to keep them under control. And we have probably the best group of bus drivers that you're ever going to find. So I know that we've got at least one here. Well, we've got more than that. We have our bus license, right? But I just really, really appreciate our bus drivers and everything they do. Also, speaking of buses, when I put that bus on Facebook, those of you that get a hold of it, if you could share it for me, you never know when the right person comes along and it's much money. I don't know that we can pay for the CTE facility with what we make off that bus, but that's okay. And every little bit helps. So appreciate everybody coming out tonight.
I just want to remind everyone that, again, every Friday this year will be an early dismissal Friday, so we're not going to send that out as a text message every Friday, but we kind of broadcast that out at the start of the year and just wanted to remind everyone of that. Also, the project hearing and budget hearing at next month's board meeting in September. And then, just like everyone else has said, just a thank you to our parents, students, staff, bus drivers, everybody involved with a great opening to the school year. We really appreciate everyone's hard work and efforts to make everything go as smoothly as possible. Wrapping up here our first full week tomorrow. So, thank you and appreciate you coming out.
We have an app now.
Yeah, we do have an app now, so make sure you go to the App Store and download the app. You're going to see more content come rolling across the web page and the app. So we're trying to modernize ourselves a little bit. It took a while, but we're getting there.
I need someone to download some of these apps on my phone. I'm serious. Yeah.
You help him with math, he'll help you download the app.
That's a disaster. It is recommended that this meeting be adjourned at 7:47 p.m. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion.
Motion's made by Mr. Bowen. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Lasley. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Good night, everybody. Thank you.